So when you sign up with Interact, this is the page you end up when you sign in. And from here on, you can choose to either do quiz, giveaway, or poll. For this one, we're just going to talk about quiz, and I'm going to create a new quiz for my website. So you just go here and click create new quiz. And then you can see the best part of Interact. There are probably hundreds of pre-made quizzes that you can use for your website. So you don't even have to create a quiz. You can just use the template they have. And depending on what kind of business you are in, you can choose animals, art, business, career, and more. So there's a lot of different options you can choose. Since I'm in the business consulting industry or working with entrepreneurs, if I click entrepreneur here, these are the 6 quizzes I could use on my website immediately. And if there was no template that I was kind of needing, I can always let Interact know that this would be a great quiz and maybe they'll create one for me. But for this video, we're just going to use one of the templates and go with that. So here's a pretty good one. It has actually 16 questions. So do you have the entrepreneurial mindset? And what you can do, you can preview the quiz here. So you can go through all the questions so you know what the quiz is really all about. And you can go all the way to see the results. And once you're happy with that and you want to use it, the only thing you do is here to use the quiz, and that's it. So once you are here, we are assuming now that you're just going to use the template as it is and not do any changes. Although I do highly recommend that the one thing you do is change the result text and add links to suitable blog posts in your website, or maybe you have a free course or you have checklist or something that might be related to the answer. In my quizzes, I just used a template quiz and I came here to change the answer and added link to relevant blog posts I have on my websites. And one thing might be useful, you actually say here that, share this on social media to ensure that they actually do. Sometimes people kind of need to be told what to do. And if you had that, share this on Facebook now or something else, you might see much more shares happening. But for this example, we're just going to use as it is and leave it there. So since we are not making really any changes, we don't have to do much at all. The only thing you kind of have to decide if you want to have the lead capture and data collection enabled, which you should. So you really want to have people's email address and first name. Otherwise, there's no point really collecting the information unless you seriously just want to learn about people who follow you and want to know more, but you might as well get their email address as well. It's up to you if you want to allow users to skip this or if they have to give their details in order to see the results. It might be helpful to also add link to privacy policy. This depends where you're from, what kind of privacy laws there are in place. Once this is done, you just click Save the form and continue. And the next thing you need to connect to this to your email marketing program. So since you're collecting email addresses, there has to be a place or another app that actually does that for you. In my case, I use ActiveCampaign, so that's something I would connect to. And you just go and choose your list. And one of the best things about ActiveCampaign is the automations. And depending on, this is really where the beauty of a quiz comes in. Depending on, of course, what kind of quiz you have, but you assume that these are 3 different persons who are answering, and they are in different stage of their business or in different stage of needing help. So this was a quiz about, do you have the entrepreneurial mindset? So those that are not quite, I could add them into automation that kind of gives them tips how they can improve their mindset. Same with the almost. Maybe they're already a little bit ahead, and maybe you could start promoting something. Maybe they could need a book at this point or something else. And those that are, yes, they do have the entrepreneurial mindset, they probably need totally different content than these that are not quite there yet. So there's really powerful way to kind of segment your followers or those that took your quiz and put them through different automations. And eventually you can pitch them different products and services. What you see here may slightly be different depending on what email marketing software you use, but I highly recommend using one where you can use automations and segment your people into various lists. And once you have done that, you just save and continue. So once you have connected your email marketing app, the next thing is actually put it to your website. So you come up here at the top where it says share and embed. And then you just publish changes. Okay, so this is the place where you have a couple of options how you're going to share this. You can embed this into any website out there. You can use direct link. So you just literally add this link to your website. You can share it in social media. If you are using WordPress website, you can use Interact's own plugin to create shortcodes for the quizzes so you can place it anywhere on your website. If you're not tech savvy and you really don't want to mess with the code, the easiest way is to add a link on your website that directs into this one. This way you don't have to mess with the code and you're literally done in minutes. If you feel comfortable adding code to your website, so maybe you have a WordPress blog and you maybe messed a little bit with code already, I highly recommend using this. You have some options here which you should go through before you copy the code. So whether you want the quiz to be a certain fixed size or responsive. And responsive means that no matter what device the user is using, the quiz will look perfect on their screen. So think laptop and mobile, totally different kind of screens. And when the quiz is responsive, it will always look good no matter if it's a mobile or laptop. And it's going to ask also mobile devices. It doesn't matter which one you choose. It's preference, maybe it's embedded, so it's on the same page itself, or whether it actually opens a new tab. Then you can choose if you're going to leave the cover page or whether that's disabled, so the quiz will start from the first question. This is up to you. You can have the powered by Interact either showing on the quiz or you can disable it. So once you are ready, the only thing you do is copy the code, and then you will need to go into your website and add this copy to the exact place you want the quiz to be in. In this video, we're not going to show how you can actually embed, because you could be using WordPress, Square Pages, Wix, and all the other options that are out there. But I just wanted to give you a quick overview that you can literally have a quiz up on your website in minutes.